What's up, YouTube? I'm QC. Welcome to another edition of Talking and Grubbing, where I provide the latest sports commentary while I eat some good food. And I'm about to get into a little dinner here with this sweet corn and barbecue chicken. This corn's off the chain. Now I'm about to get into this chicken. This is good. Ain't nothing like sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Okay, let me get myself together for this commentary, y'all. Okay, now the grub is out the way. I can get to talking. Okay, then there were four. Championship Sunday is set. The AFC and NFC championship games are set. Four teams fight for a berth to Super Bowl 51 in Houston, Texas on Sunday, February 5th. Now, let's get to the AFC championship game. The New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this is the New England Patriots' sixth consecutive AFC championship appearance. You know, they're always here around this time every year, anchored by head coach Bill Belichick and future Hall of Fame quarterback Tom Brady. They're always a threat to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl and let alone win the Super Bowl. But a lot of people have slept on New England's defense. I mean, well, of course it's going to get, put on the back burner when you got Tom Brady as your quarterback, but there's some very, very great talent on this defense. You have cats like Rob Ninkovich, Devin McCourty, and also cornerback Malcolm Butler. You know, I mean, a lot of people don't know that this season, during the regular season, they were the number one defense in scoring. Now that's pretty interesting. And also, they've been pretty good throughout the playoffs as well. I mean, they got some stops on, some pressure on Brock Osweiler last week, forced him into a few turnovers. But let's look at the offense as well. A lot of guys have stepped up in the absence of the superstar tight end Rob Gronkowski. You know, Julian Edelman is always a very, very great wide receiver who can burn you for big plays and is always an end zone threat. But also, Dion Lewis had a pretty hell of a game last week in the AFC divisional playoff against the Houston Texans, where he had a kickoff return for a touchdown and a rushing touchdown in the same quarter. Now, let's go to the Steelers. Big Ben is doing his thing again. I mean, he's kind of having an underrated case for NFL MVP. Also, Antonio Brown's one of the best receivers in all of football, if not the best wide receiver in the NFL. Also, Le'Veon Bell has been a beast. You know, he's a big rushing threat, so he can churn up the yards. He can also hurt you in the passing game as well, which a lot of people don't pay attention to. Now, to the Steelers defense. You know, they got veterans like James Harrison, who, man, that dude, I think he has the fountain of youth in his bathroom. And he just drinks it every day because that man still can get after it, can get after the quarterback, still pressure and still get sacks. And also you got another vet in Lawrence Timmons who can do the same thing. And you also got former Ohio State Buckeye Ryan Shazier, who's an up-and-coming linebacker. But I have questions about the Steelers secondary because, you know, they have gotten burned for some big plays during the regular season and in the playoffs. You know, so it's going to be very interesting if the Steelers secondary can hold down Julian Edelman, as well as, you know, they also have another solid receiver, Chris Hogan, who had a nice game last week. But also, I'm interested to see if the Patriots defense can pressure big men, get turnovers, you know, get a few sacks. Now, here's my prediction. I've gone back and forth all week with this prediction. You know, I've wrestled with it back and forth, but I got to pick the New England Patriots in a close game. I think that they can definitely find a way to get at least a turnover off of Big Ben. And also, once you get the stops on the Steelers offense, hey, you got number 12 to give the ball back to. So New England's going to win in a close game. Now, on to the NFC Championship game. The Atlanta Falcons versus the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Atlanta Falcons has had a tremendous season as well as a pretty good postseason as they dominated the Seattle Seahawks in their NFC divisional playoff win last week. I was wrong about their defense. They got to Russell Wilson. They pressured him. They shut down the receiving core and also contained Thomas Ross, who had a hell of a game in the NFC wildcard game. Plus, excuse me, Matt Ryan, he has an underrated case for MVP this year as he's had the best season of his, NFL career. Also, he's got wide receiver Julio Jones, who's an All-Pro, Pro Bowl worthy wide receiver. Also, got some pretty good running backs that I think people kind of sleep on in the NFL. And Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman's had a pretty good sophomore year as he has 11 rushing touchdowns from that's higher than he had in his rookie year. But also Atlanta's defense can can get to the pressure of the quarterback, but the problem is they can't stop the run. They're like in the middle of the pack to the almost near bottom in rushing defense. Now, let's go to the Green Bay Packers. The Packers have been hot since November, ever since they were 4-6. Aaron Rodgers predicted that, hey, we can run the table, and they're pretty close to running the table. They're just one game away of going back to the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers throughout the playoffs has had 3,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 0 picks. And, he's done this without Jordy Nelson, who was missing in last week's NFC divisional playoff win against the Cowboys. And also not really having a pretty good running back. Ty Montgomery, I'll admit, he has stepped up in these playoffs so far. But also, the wild card has been tight end Jared Cook. He's a veteran. He's been around the league for a while, and he definitely had a big catch, late in the fourth quarter against the Cowboys from that 35-yard pass by Aaron Rodgers to set up the game-winning field goal by Mason Crosby. Now, on to the Packers defense. The Packers, I really like their pass rush, is anchored by Clay Matthews Jr., always a multiple Pro Bowler, All-Pro every year. But now the secondary, I think, would be a little bit better if they weren't hampered by injuries. I think they could definitely find a way to, contain Julio Jones. You're not going to stop him, but you can just hope to contain him. Now, I'm also interested to see if Atlanta's defense can get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Can they limit his rushing ability? Can they get sacks off him as well as get a few picks? Now, here's my prediction. I've gone back and forth on this also because both these teams have great offenses. Yes, their defenses and different components are suspect, but I gotta go with the Green Bay Packers. I mean, they've been hot since November. They rode this wave all the way to the NFC Championship game. So I think it's going to be the battle of number 12 of the Super Bowl 51. It's going to be Brady and Rodgers, and it's going to be a classic Super Bowl. Anyway, that's my Championship Sunday preview. Like, comment, share the video. You can comment on who you think will win both championship games. And I also appreciate y'all watching my videos. But subscribe to the channel. When you do, click on the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you'll know when I upload new videos. You can get it on your email, tablet, or laptop, or PC. Follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Till next time, y'all have a good one. I love y'all. Peace. And I'm about to finish the rest of this sweet corn and barbecue chicken.